and welcome to the Discover History channel. If you remember from yesterday, we asked you to get a number of things together because today, to make a change from giving you just facts, we're going to make something. So hopefully you've got a sheet of A4. Doesn't have to be A4, it can actually be any size, to be fair, either bigger than A4 or even smaller. We also asked you to get 2 different coloured sheets of paper. You're not going to need all of it, but you'll need some of this, 2 different colours. And obviously we also asked for you to get a ruler, very important ruler, and a pen for drawing this game out. What we're going to actually make is a game known as Nine Men's Morris. It's a very simple game and has its origins going right back in history. There are, for example, small pieces of pottery that goes all the way back to ancient Greece, with the game actually marked on, quite small. If you ever go to Lanercost Priory up towards Hadrian's Wall near Bird Oswald, if you go to the priory there, you will see an actual gaming board drawn into the windowsill of one of the priory buildings. So the monks at some point probably sat in the window and played this game as well. So it's a very old game, it's been around for a long time. So what do you need to do? I'm not going to use a ruler for this, but when you've got a chance and when you've got full hands and you haven't got anything else being used, take a ruler, find the table or do it on the floor. You need to first of all draw 3 squares, one bigger than the other one. So I'm just going to do it freehand. You need 1 square, that's the middle part of the board game. Then you need to draw another square around that square. So you should end up with something like that. But we need 3 squares. So there's 1 more square to go around that one. So we go round. Nice and neat, remember. And use a pen and ruler. So you should have 3 squares, one inside the other. Then all we need to do is go to the centre, where the middle is, and draw a line out to the outer square. Going that way. And then we have to mirror that on the other side. So from the halfway point of the middle square, we go out. And then you need to do the same from the top down to the bottom and from there to there. So you should now have this board. And that is the board for Nine Men's Morris. Like I said, these have been carved onto stone windowsills. They've been drawn onto or scratched onto small bits of pottery. They appear everywhere. So piece of paper with that board game on. Now we next need to take our 2 coloured sheets of paper. We now have to make the counters. This is a game for 2 people. 1, 2. All you need to do is take some of the paper, you won't need all of it, and just tear a little piece off and then roll it into a tiny little ball. That's all you need, something like that. And you need to do that, so you should end up with 9 coloured counters for the one player and 9 coloured counters for the other player. And then the game is very much like noughts and crosses. So you place the board game down and then one player takes his first of his 9 counters and places it on one of the lines like so. And you can use any of these points just of here. And the idea is to create 3 in a row. So you take it in turns. Another player puts his down, you put yours down, another player puts theirs down, and then as you can see, what I've created, if I was the blue counter, is 3 in a row. When you get 3 in a row, it gets interesting, because by creating a 3 in the row, you can remove an enemy player's counter. And then all you need to do is continue that until you've used up all 9 counters. You've only got 9 counters, 9 men, Nine Men's Morris. But therefore, once they're all on and you're completely out of counters, you then start moving players. You start sliding them along the lines, only along the lines. And if you can slide them along and eventually create another row of 3, you can remove another player. So it's a very simple game. You just draw the 3 squares, add the lines, tear up 9 pieces of paper, 2 different colours, roll them into little balls. That's your counters, that's your 9 men's Morris. And then you play it by each person taking it in turns to put one of their coloured counters down. When all counters are on the board, then you start taking and moving them around the board. That's where it gets tactical. But every time you make a 3, no matter where it is on these lines, you can remove an enemy player. It's a very simple game. Please share photographs of your gaming boards and your counters on our Facebook or Twitter feed. If you want to and you don't want to use paper, maybe if it's a nice day like it was today, find some small bits of gravel in your garden, maybe some grey and some white, or some black or some white pebbles, and you can do it in the same way. Paper's much easier, especially if you're staying indoors inside your house. That's 9 men's Morris. I hope you enjoy playing and no fighting. Thank you very much. Tune in tomorrow. Bye.